Hello everyone, and welcome to a video, to a weekly update. Quite a while since, but I really haven't had time. Final exams has started some weeks ago, and kind of tiny bit more important than Lego and video making. But I have been able to do some things. Many things I haven't. You know, my Flickr, that's usually the thing I'm most active on. I haven't been that active there either. But now I have some stuff that I would like to show you, and the first thing I would like to show you guys here is this. I'm starting to get into building things again. I had a really dark age, I built the Lord of the Ring once, but that was, I had a base, I had a set, and I usually had one area I had pretty much have a restricted area to build on, around inside the frame there that I usually put on black frames. So it's much easier to do those. But finally I have decided to make, a World War II deal diorama. That's how it turned out. I'm just gonna say it before anyone else notices. I built this spot here, except for the curve there was this kind of plate. So the road continued like that, and was the spot here was over there. So it wasn't like a curve there, but otherwise I built this spot already, pretty much. And I want to have some snow area, and I just browsing through Flickr for ideas, and I just came across Operation Brick Rosa. And I just thought of this easy thing, I just saw this easy way to do it, just snow and road. So yeah, definitely I definitely gotta give them some credit, because I was kinda stuck on that part there. But done those 4 basements, like, what the fuck, am I gonna do this? And then just I just saw that it had this bigger snow area there and the road, so I just kind of copied that layout there, and just getting into it. So all ideas I can get there will come. And I have these foam poles, but I haven't attached any string to it. That's because I will just most likely take this apart quite soon. I want to have something to build, and now I have many more things I want to more things I want to build. So might get around to do a full review of this. And then I have this here, which I believe I haven't shown you either. It's one more World War II diorama there. This doesn't really show that maybe it's a World War II one. It could be like an old village or something like that, really. But I kind of want to have the World War II guys there. Oh, by the way, I think I've said that I have a tender for that now. Yeah, I think I said that already. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the first time I can do a tank battle. As you can see, I have 4 tanks included. One is destroyed, the Panzer II is destroyed, but still, it's still 4 tanks. I think the maximum I've used previously is... No, I have actually used 3 on the freaking huge one with the church. If you remember that, it's kind of like, it's quite a while since I made that, but that had 3 tanks actually, with Panzer II, Cromwell, and the Panzer I. And for those who wonder, yes, I pretty much have kept all of the tanks. The Panzer IV, gone, but otherwise everything is still intact, in boxes. So, what I'm going to do now is some Rock Raiders. I threw the question out on Flickr. Would you like to see some more World War II dioramas? Or would you like to see Rock Raiders? And Rock Raiders won by a long shot. So I'm just gonna do some Rock Raiders, some couple of scenes here, which will be real fun, because the last time I made a Rock Raiders one I got the biggest response on, Flickr. I got like, what was it? Like 145 favorites and 135 comments and 3,000 views in a couple of hours. I was like, oh, I don't like it. Oh, it's quite fucking hilarious. I don't expect it to go that well again, because that scene I worked on really hard and really long, and I had pretty much every part I wanted. All parts are needed, so don't quite expect it to be that good. I don't expect anything to be that good. Quite sad I took the parts, but yeah, I needed the parts for other things. But yeah, in that one I used the Chrome Crusher, and now I'm thinking if I should do the large mobile laser cutter, or the loader dozer. I remember the names. Oh, awesome. I would love to do something with this, the tunnel transport, but well, it's quite large, so and it would kind of require like a big hole. So you would imagine it would be like a platform here, and there's like a big hole that can fly down, so that would take just ridiculously many parts. I would love to do it sometime though. I was starting thinking that, starting coming to the realization that I can't keep everything I build. That's really my problem. I don't know if you noticed it, but I really noticed that when I haven't sold anything in the store, when I haven't gotten any, well, pretty much when I'm out of money, I just see how dramatically the quality of my builds drop. It's just ridiculous. Except for tanks. When I build a tank with very few selection of parts, it usually turns out like that. You usually find new solutions such, but that doesn't apply on other things, sadly. You know, the things all usually get really dull. You know, doesn't look good whatsoever. Here, for example, this is not the best. This is far from a really good one. I haven't finished off the house perfectly, but you know, I just want to do something to keep myself occupied. Otherwise, you know, I have these. I won't take apart a lot of the ring sets. The ships will stay together as well, and the houses. But those are really the only ones that will stay together. I just come to the realization I can't keep everything. It doesn't work. I mean, imagine if I keep make these size scenes. More. You see here, look at the whole freaking floor is tiled. It's tiled up everywhere, and there's just back there's just a huge wall just to give it the right feeling. But at the top, just pretty much just awesome pots. There's the one you're not allowed to see yet, and this one is pretty small, so that's quite narrow. But you see the point there. I mean, that would be kind of like if we would keep this. I mean, that's pretty much all the white pots I have, except for that one. This one here, though. That's some more on that little scene. That's the hobby scene, though, by the way. But yeah, the ships are out of danger. I will never touch them. Definitely not those two. Might rebuild that sometime. Don't think that. I highly doubt that I would ever do. But if I would rebuild any of those, it would be that one, because there's a couple of things that I think I could have done better. They could the structure, the superstructure could have been much better. But like I said, it's the first ship I built in 4 years. 3 years, I think. This one's been Black Pearl. Is one of the best things I've ever done. Just the curves, just everything is just so sexy. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up everything. Review. Hopefully I will be able to review those two things before I take them apart. But not too big worries, because I think I won't need any specific parts on this one. And if I do realize that I will have to take those apart to make the Rock Raider ones, I will make a review as quick as possible, hopefully. I know I say it quite so many times that I will make a review, and it's not too much things happens about that, but you know, like I said, like every